What is up? Hello, YouTubers. We are live on the YouTube. I don't know, man. Like yesterday, I was having a slice of pizza and it just didn't sit right with my stomach. I didn't throw it up, to be honest. And yes, we got some of this stuff. Oh, snap. This is the vodka that the fans sent. Look how frosty the bottle is. Ooh, that's pretty. Need to get my hands on a Bic lighter and some sandpaper because this dead. See that? Dead Lighter Society. Oh, that is a sad day. It's probably be like maybe 2 or 3 mixed drinks. It could be worse. Yes. Dude, if I still got $12.09 on this gift card, I'm winning! There's my sandpaper. Gonna have to find a ride to the Home Depot when they open up because it's still very early in the morning. Oh my god, dude, that mini hand sander that I got for the wands now makes it so much easier. You know what a pain in the ass it was to sand wands with just your hand and wrapping the sandpaper around the wand and physically. Okay, don't get your mind out of the gutter, but you if you've been on the channel, you already know. When I was a kid, I wanted this Cobra cane this Cobra walking stick, you know, the ones with the Peter Schmidt heads. And I saved up my money for it, and my dad or my mom, one of the two, ordered it. I gave them the money, they ordered it, and when it got to me and my parents' house back in Valley City, we unboxed that son of a bitch, and it's like, dude, this thing's kind of heavy. Unscrew the head, there's a giant fucking sword on the inside of it. I'm just like, yes. Of course, teenage me at the time was just like, yes. To this day, that still brings a smile on my face. I'm like, yes. And of course, if my parents had known it came with a sword, it didn't specifically say sword cane. It said Cobra walking stick. Okay, so yes. They would have known it had a sword in it, they probably would have been like, no. No, my dad removed the sword blade so that I could carry it around with me and shit, just so I wouldn't get in trouble. And long story short, that's what broke it. Now, I'm not going to say who or what, because that's really none of your business, but I had a female friend that I bought a knife for from budkknives.com. I bought this female friend a rainbow stainless steel butterfly knife that she just absolutely loves. And it protects her from fucking assholes and shit, so there you go. I've ceased talking about names of female friends of mine on YouTube just because it's better for them. My dad's getting a big old box of pheromone soap, which is great because that shit can spice up your marriage or help increase your chances at hooking up with the ladies. Now, I love tactical soap because every woman I've walked by, including women that I've crushed on in the past, have said things like, you smell good. This one time I was hanging out at the mall with a friend of mine. She was doing her thing, and I'm just tagging along, you know, and all of a sudden I seen Goth Felicia with her boyfriend, and I had a big old stogie in my hand that I just was puffing on, and her boyfriend, the scrawny motherfucker, was just giving me the fucking nastiest look, like, oh, I hate Cobra so much. And Goth Felicia knows who I am. Like, I still got the earring from the pair that she sold me. The one, like, I remember the first time I met her. Gorgeous chick, man. Holy shit. And she's taken. I'm not going to try anything and just telling it like it is. And long story short, I bought these pot leaf earrings. They're fake gauges, but I bought them from this really cute goth chick at the mall. I'm holding on to it because the last Zippo I had got jacked from me at the bar, so I can't say I'm too happy about that. Also, if you can't tell, I got some piercings done in my ears.
And there you can see there's one right there and one right there. Pretty cool looking. You couldn't tell what they were up close, but the little pot leaf gauges. And they're fake gauges, so they don't put a huge ass hole in your ear, just a tiny little needle and the thing on the back. So yeah, I went to the mall today and picked up these awesome earrings right here, and my right ear was pierced, but my left ear was not, so I had to pierce that shit on the spot. And I got it in there okay. Now I gotta leave it in there for a minute, and then when I take it out, I got rubbing alcohol too to clean it with and stuff. So yeah. Well, I bought these pot leaf gauges from the mall here in town, and I bought them from this really attractive girl. Like, holy crap. I bought these gauges from this really cute girl at the mall, and I went back to ask her out, and she wasn't there. I think she might have switched jobs or something, so it's just one of those things in life where, and I had my chances to ask her out, but, you know, I didn't have the courage to do it, and I'll be the first person to tell you that I am not the most confident of individuals.
And the one on my right ear broke, but the one on my left ear was the one I pierced with literally no piercing gun whatsoever, just straight pop it in there. And the only reason I keep it in there is to remind me of that goth chick that I seen at the mall. Every time I squeeze it, I can still picture her face.
It's a consumptive disorder, so I don't know about that. It's all about camera angles. Yeah, you pan a little over to the right, and it just looks like.
What flavor of Bird Dog whiskey is that, Blake? That apple flavored Bird Dog or cherry? Either way, I recognize the bottle. Bird Dog's pretty tasty. The only thing I don't like about alcohol in glass containers, to be honest, is that shit can break. Like, if you're walking home with that shit, knock on wood, and the bag you're carrying it in just breaks. I've had that shit happen to me, dude. And that shit sucks, to quote Stevie T. That shit sucks, dude. Well, this one time, I had a bottle of birthday cake flavored Pinnacle vodka. You mix that shit with vanilla Coke. It is just, oh my God, dude. Delicious. Right? Walking out of the liquor store, like, big old bottle of Pinnacle, and then the plastic bag broke open and the bottle shattered in the middle of the fucking street. Everyone within a 10-block radius could hear your boy having an autistic fit over it. I was screaming, hollering, and cussing. And then once I got it out of my system, mother, you know what I'm saying, just every cuss word in the dictionary. People who saw it happen are just like, oh. Back when I was still cool with a certain liquor store, I'm not going to name names, I walked back in there and I was like, hey, man, and that was like the second time I've had that happen to me from that particular location. And like both times it's happened, like when the bottle just falls out of my bag or the bag breaks, it's just like, people there have covered me. They're like, hey, man, here's another bottle on us, or don't worry about it. That shit sucks, dude. When you're walking home, if you don't got like a car or some kind of vehicle you could transport that shit in, and you're just stuck on your Lamborghinis, walking home with your booze, and all of a sudden the bag breaks open and just shatters all over the ground. Motherfucker, that sucks. Now, thankfully, knock on wood, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. So I appreciate the manufacturers who make the beer, making their cases super strong and durable. Just strong enough to where they're not going to break if you carry them home for a long distance.
With my sound, how to still come across without having to yell in the mic, and subsequently, this is result.
Dude, how the fuck y'all do a 7-hour fucking podcast? That is nuts.
In an 8-hour podcast day. So, whew.
Dude, I feel sorry for like the 30, 40-year-old virgins. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I know I can be creepy at times, but if my autistic ass can get laid, so can yours. Just gotta work on your angle a bit better, you know? Fucking do something. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
That one chick from oh god, what's that one sitcom where they had all the nerds living in the apartment building?
Oh,
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, the one the one woman who played the.
I like Big Bang Theory. That's a good show. Yes, I find it stimulating to watch. It's a smart people's comedy. Some of the jokes they make in that show, you're just going to be like, I don't get it. A lot of people perceive me to be this stupid, idiotic autistic who drinks too much and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you don't know me that well.
Why did you decide to do another one so soon? Like, why so soon? Why on October 21st?
Cheers to getting this bitching apartment. Like, you have no fucking idea, YouTube. Now, when my lease got terminated after like 10 plus years of being loyal, my rent's always on time. And it's like, okay, that's cool. You want to kick an autistic out in the middle of a pandemic? That's cool. I'll take my money and my business somewhere else. I called upon my magic powers. I called upon Lucifer and I said, give me an apartment that I will love, that will be perfect for me. And then within a couple days of casting that spell, I got this place. So I've seen my magic work. And believe me, moving into this new place was not as easy as it may seem. I had eye surgeries. Me and my dad literally cleaned the old place that I lived in. Got like $200 back on my deposit, so there you go. That's the red pill thought for the day, that women and men are exactly the same in a lot of ways, and the only thing that separates us is our genders and what each gender can do. For example, men produce sperm and women produce babies. It's just the only separation between the two of us. Okay, I have fans who spy on my trolls. There's something to think about. And you don't know who the fuck they are. I got people who are working on my side. They're like, yeah, we're tired of these trolls fucking with Cobra, so we're going to be his Cobra spies. You know what I'm saying? Or spitter spies, as I would call them, yes. Now, what if I fucking told you that Pink Floyd Breaking the Wall was a prediction of basically all the shit that happened with Trump and his administration moving forward? Your mind would go, conspiracy theories, man. Pink Floyd predicted the future before it happened. That's called predictive programming, and if you look that up, your mind's gonna go. And we're all living in a simulation, and everything's already predicted and played out. If we're living in a simulation, this is all just a simulated world of a subconscious, where everything that has happened will happen again. And the Big Bang that destroyed the sunlight and the earth also created it, and it was just on repeat. Like someone going rewind on a VCR tape. You know what I'm saying?
So think of that explosion as the rewind button getting pushed, and that incredibly long-ass VHS tape that is Mother Earth, it rewinds. So I picture it like everything that has happened or will happen is happening in reverse, and then it rewinds itself with something, and then the explosion before the Earth happens again, and then look at that, here's another fucking planet. And then the dinosaurs happen, and blah, 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 blah. Because scientists have found asteroids or past planets that could have been past Earths, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that that's what's going to happen when the planet explodes. Billions of years from now. Yeah. Now, I'm not a Harvard graduate or anything. I didn't even go to college. So, if you're not a scientist, you're just a fast food worker. What makes you qualified to think these things?
Now, if we haven't broken the surface of the simulation yet, then how come if you're walking, you don't just go, okay, wait a second. I can't move forward, but I can see that horizon expands. Think of Mother Earth as a hamster wheel, constantly rotating. And every human being on the planet is like a little hamster just walking on that wheel. And the reason why you haven't reached the edge of the simulation yet is because, one, you haven't died, and two, Earth is constantly rotating in a circle while rotating in a bigger circle around the sun. I'm not trying to blow your minds this early in the morning, but there you go. And even if the world stopped rotating, you just stood there. Whenever it stopped rotating, whatever side was closer to the sun, you'd have half the world stuck in daytime and half the world stuck in nighttime. You still wouldn't reach the edge of existence and the simulation in which we live in. Isn't it a bit coincidental that just out of fucking nowhere, coronavirus pops up? Like, man, there's no warning for it. That's because the coronavirus was given to us by the simulation. The simulation says there's too many goddamn people on this planet, so we gotta thin this shit out a bit. And that really makes you think, doesn't it? And the people who are meant to survive for a reason. For all we know, it could be a simulation being controlled by aliens. A bunch of aliens are like, hey, look, we're going to take that rock and make a chia pet out of it. Plant some seeds and water it, and that chia pet grows and grows and grows. But what are chia pets made out of? Clay and grass. Pretty much what Mother Earth's made out of. Because clay comes from rocks, which is found on, you guessed it, planet Earth. You know, they found an entire planet full of cannabis. They found cannabis in outer fucking space.
Apparently they found THC on asteroids. Yeah. They found marijuana in space. How about that? Got the aliens saying, "Take me to your dealer," so they can make our crop circles. I don't know, you two. Maybe when aliens are getting stoned, that's probably how they get crop circles. They go, "Dude, check this out."
Maybe like drugs come from outer space, from aliens who do them and shit. And legit, just like a chia pet, they're just like, we're going to put some bacteria on this rock and see where it goes. Because you know how this fucking planet started off? It started off as a giant ball of water with a bunch of bacteria in it. That's how Mother Earth started. And then it just progressed. That's so far from the topic, though.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm glad. Well, first of all, I was glad to speak. Hopefully, you liked my presentation.
You brought the house down, man.
Yeah.
Like you stole the show. Like that's what a lot of people said. They're like, "Whoa, Pop was unexpected." So that was good, man. It was a great speech, man. It was really good, and
I heard that. KingCobraJFS, shout out to you and power to the people. You know it, man. But luckily, when my Bic lighter, when my Bic lighters run out of fluid, I got a backup. The only time I use this thing is if I'm camping, or if I need a lighter for my tobacco when I go outside with my, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't care if this part of the video pisses off my trolls. If anything, it'll get them to think, like, Jesus Christ, I hate that fucking autistic retard. Oh, what the fuck am I doing with my sad fucking life? Oh, that's right, nothing. Go ahead and snip that filter in half. Beep. Okay. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. You cook over, stay sexy and beautiful.
well, either that or if the dog gets killed, then you got to go full John Wick. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, remember the dog got zombified, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was the saddest part of the movie, man. Like that was hard to watch.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching dogs stuff. I like dogs.
Yeah, dogs are good.
Cats, I don't give a shit.
I mean, I don't give a shit about Biden's dog. That fucker can get rabies and die, but just saying. How many people has he bit already?
Oh my
It's like
God.
4 or 5.
How would you feel if someone said that about your dog? Like, I'm not trying to be political. I'm independent. But, Blake, how would you feel if Joe Biden said that about your dog? You would be going off on the Terrence Pop show like, I can't believe bumbling Joe Biden said this about my dog. What a crooked, wrinkly old piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck off. Now, if I had like $2,640 some odd dollars and some odd cents, and they're like, you must spend this on a sex doll, I'd be like, I'm sticking that shit in savings and letting it build. Like, let's see, spend $2,600 some odd dollars on a freaking sex doll, or take that money and put it towards rent, so I'm a couple months ahead on rents. That's really a no fucking brainer, dude. If I send you $60, will you go spend it on booze? Maybe. Okay, it's cents. How is it now? Let's see. I got a money request from Hubert, which I can't afford. I got $10 from John Welsh. Thank you, John Welsh. Like, yeah, if I send you $60, you go spend that on booze, and it's like, you send me a bill because you want the money? Okay.
Thing is, you are correct. The longer a longer a woman waits to have a child, the greater the chance of craziness going on.
Yep. You know it.
But true to form, they can't take.
No, you know the reason why that is? I got a theory. Hear me out. The longer you have to wait to have a kid, the crazier you are when you have one. That's because you've had to wait so long and you finally got what you have. Now you're going to be super protective of that because you finally got it. It's the fucking truth, dude. If you're a dude like me who hasn't had sex in 3 to 4 years and all of a sudden some smoking hot of-age goth chick that's everything you wanted in a woman comes walking your way and says, "Hey, stud, are you KingCobraJFS? I love your videos. Want to see my Cobra tattoo?" You're just like, ah! You got your soap on? Soap check? Yes. If it's wrong for men to hit women, then it should be wrong for women to hit men. If men can have sex without being judged, then women should be allowed to have sex without being judged. With a few exceptions, of course. And I'm not going to go into those. I don't want to go into those exceptions to that rule because I hate sickos. No.
And men are getting married less. So how else can we extrapolate resources? Unfair child support laws, right? So, okay, we can't get up.
Like, unless you're Halle Berry, then stereotypically speaking, men are the ones that get fucked in divorce courts. And they don't even get a nice steak dinner and a reach around and a cigarette when you're done, just straight. But then women want to fucking bitch when men have the upper hand. Uh-huh. 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 That's fucking hilarious. Thank you, John Welsh, for the $10 and the PayPal. I appreciate it. That's gonna help me get a big lighter for sure. I need a cigarette. I'm gonna go outside and smoke one real quick. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna go inside. No, this thing's great for when I go camping or if like my lighter's dead and I need to smoke. It's a bit cumbersome though. Carrying it outside like, oh hey man, you got a light? And you're just like using the fucking blowtorch to light my cigarettes. Nope, still just at 941. Sweet. Dude, I do not have that kind of money, so it's gonna get canceled every time. Like such and such requested $50 with a note that says, "I need booze." And it's like, okay, so then get a fucking YouTube channel started, bud. Sell some fucking merchandise. Get a goddamn Etsy store set up. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Some random fucking number says, "Oh, hey, if I send you $60, will you go get booze?" And I said, "Sure, if you want me to." Well, not really. It's spending on other things, to be honest. But is it really 213? Jesus Christ. You know, I gotta have a cigarette right quick. 7 to 8 hour live stream. Jesus Christ, that's a long ass fucking stream. I'll be right back. Anyways, YouTube. Catch you later.